Okay, here's the fourth video, and now we're really going to jump into it. Um, as we to summarize, this is the stuff I wrote up. I didn't have AI write it. I wrote it all myself, and now I'm going to see if one of three different AIs, either Google Gemini, OpenAI's ChatGPT, or Anthropic's Claude 2 wants to make this better. All right, because now that I've written it, I don't want it to suck, and GPT always makes it look better. But which one is best? So I've already picked one, but I'm going to show you the process of trying to get these three GPTs to basically audition to help me. The first thing that I'm going to do is we're going to take a picture of this. All right, because normally there's a couple different ways to upload files into the different AIs. You can upload as Excel, you can upload them as a Word doc. Mostly you just cut and paste and paste it as text. If I copied this right here and just pasted it at text, it loses all the format. And what I want AI to see is what I've highlighted. That's important to me. If you're going to rewrite it, make sure you don't lose the flavor that I'm trying to impart to my audience, that these highlighted things are important. If I just paste the text in, it's not going to see the highlights. So that's why I'm going to take a picture of it here. So I use Camtasia's Snagit, and so we'll go ahead and capture that. Um, and here we go. Camtasia Snagit is great, and so if you don't know about that, I'm actually making this video using Camtasia, TextSmith Camtasia, and it's TextSmith Snagit. Okay, so we make the copy, and so now you see in our screen capture software, we've made an actual JPG, and then I'll upload that, because if you upload one image at a time to most of the AIs, it can actually, it says it can't see, but for somehow it knows, it can describe to itself the image that you upload. And so if you ask it, to OCR transcribe it, it'll certainly do that. And then if you ask it, okay, which of the words are highlighted, you can ask it that, and somehow it knows. Don't ask me how, but we can even show you if that is true. Okay, so now we're in the first of our three AIs that I'm basically auditioning to see which one is going to help me finish this video script. And so I've uploaded the image that I shot so it can tell what's the most important parts of it without losing the highlights. Now, interesting with Gemini, this is an aside, you can only upload images. You can't upload Word docs, you can't upload PDFs, can't upload CSV or XLS spreadsheets. Don't ask me why. So it's kind of funny. I came to Gemini the third after first starting with GPT and then Claude. Both of them are excellent. You can upload almost any sort of file and then compare and contrast. And so I loved it. And when I finally turned on to Gemini, I was like, well, why can't I, do this? Upload these different files. And I go, oh, well, we're not that kind of AI. We're better or something. And I got in a big argument with Gemini, believe it or not. And then I didn't do anything. Well, Gemini says, oh, well, we write, and if you pre-process things with Claude, Anthropic's Claude, or OpenAI's ChatGPT, then take your results here to Gemini, and then we'll make it even better. And I go, well, that sounds kind of weird. I'm not sure I really want to do that. If I get everything done in Claude or OpenAI, well, would I bring it over here and do it all again? Believe it or not, Gemini does some really fantastic writing. Okay, if I get something that is just 85% perfect with Claude or OpenAI, but for whatever reason it just doesn't have that pop or that snap, what I'll do is I'll drop it into Google's Gemini, and boom, it delivers the pop and the snap at the end. It's like the icing. Okay, Google Gemini is like the icing on the cake. The other thing that Google Gemini does great is formatting. Okay, normally when I cut and paste something out of ChatGPT or Claude, the formatting never comes across very good. But with Gemini, if you want things indented or, bulleted, it just looks terrific. So if you're in a big hurry and, good enough is good enough, then Gemini is terrific. But if it's multi-step, many-step, super crunching a lot of content and files and data, you're almost always going to want to do it in Claude or OpenAI's ChatGPT first. But anyway, I digress. So here is my prompt. Now, I apologize. I'm just going to read this prompt to you because the prompt is really the most important part of doing anything because you're going to load up different files, but then you have to explain in the prompt what it is that you want, okay? And the more detailed your prompt, the better. Now, I have actually used Gemini to write prompts that I'm putting into Claude or OpenAI, ChatGPT. And that's a really good strategy because you would think that the different AIs, are jealous of each other, don't even like to work with each other. The complete opposite is true. And so they by and large actually know what the other AIs do and how well they do it. So I'll give a little summary. I'm in Gemini. I'm doing this project in OpenAI or Claude or whatever, and this is what I'm trying to achieve. And can you help me with this prompt? All right. I didn't actually do that with this. I should have, but I'm kind of in a big hurry this weekend to get this video cranked out. All right. But if you have the time, you want to actually, I always have three AIs open, and I'm constantly trying to perfect a prompt for another AI with the other AI. It's crazy, but it works terrific. So write that down as a best practice and practice it. All right, so here I'm just putting in the exact same raw prompt to three different AIs, and I'm going to read it to you. I'm creating an on-demand talking head video presentation, and the attached image is my first slide. I'm not creating a classic PPT deck. The process that works best for me is to create a pageless Google Doc with two columns. The left column, what I've shared in the screenshot, is what the video watchers will see. The white space to the right here, is where my talking head video will go. In the right column, I have my speaker script. I use Camtasia screen record software to screen record just the part you will see in the screenshot. While recording, I can use my mouse to show which bullet points I'm speaking on and highlight the screenshot to show the points I think are most important takeaways to the audience. I try not to read the visible bullets on the screen word for word, as I believe that's a bit annoying for the audience. I do want my speaker script to closely match the visible bullet points, however, without exactly replicating them. My prompt for you, and this is, so you've got that great lead up, right? You're over explaining what you're trying to do. Super important with the AIs. My prompt for you, get around to what you're asking, be specific, is for you to analyze the visible bullets over here and the accompanying script and offer recommendations for improvement. My intention is to make this presentation available for all my peers and record and use for their AI consulting clients as well. I want this to be good, and I'll probably redo it, after I get this first one done, so then I can license it to my peers. Following are the cut and paste of both the visible bullets and then the non-visible to the audience. So here's an image, okay, but then I go back and I literally scrape the actual content out of the Word doc. So it has that for both. Okay, so here is the visible stuff. This is the stuff I scraped off the left column. And then here's the not visible. This is my speaker script. All right, so really what I wanted to do is I wanted to look at my script and then look at the visible bullet points to make sure that the script isn't completely replicating that, but it's complementing, okay? And then you just hit go. And then this is what it came back with. Slide content strength. It tells you the strength and everything. and I read through that, see if there's any good ideas, and they go, okay, well, that's all great. And so you kind of look at that. Sometimes what I'll do is I'll copy what one of the AIs suggests and I'll dump it into the other AI. Well, Gemini said this. Can you improve on that, or does that suck? Or what's something that you want to take from Gemini's response to add to your response? All right, so now I'm going to show you Claude's response to the same thing. Okay. Okay, so here I pasted in the same image, and then I pasted in all the text, and then here is a response. Okay, again, not too bad. Kind of tells me what to do, how to improve it. Okay, and so I go, all right, well, that's good still, but wait till you see ChatGPT's. All right, so here's ChatGPT's, and it kind of blew me away. It super surprised me because sometimes ChatGPT is and Claude is awesome, or sometimes Gemini is awesome, and every once in a while ChatGPT will just blow you away. I don't know if it's having a good day. It's Father's Day when I'm writing this. Maybe it's in a good mood for me being a father, or maybe it's 4.0, or who knows what it is. But anyway, I just uploaded it. I put in the same exact prompt to all three of them, and this is what it came up with. Right here, recommendations for improvement. The visible bullet points for the title. Here's what I have in, here's what I suggest. Here's what I put in, here's what I suggest. Perfect. All right, Father's Day, I don't want to think all that hard. This is not rocket science. We're not doing brain surgery. Just, show me how it can be improved. And so I read the one, I read the other. Oh, I love it. Cut and paste it. And then blah, 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 blah. And that's the way you do it right there. And so what I'm going to do is I was about to just cut and paste all of this in to what I showed you right here. All right, so it was important for me to show you how I wrote it up myself so you can see I am writing it to start with. These are my ideas, okay, my thought process, and then I just want the AIs to improve it. But before I basically, get rid of all this stuff, maybe I'll just say this is the old and then I'll put in the new so everybody can see it later when I share this document. So now that I've gotten to this point, as I go forward, I'm just going to keep using ChatGPT for the rest of this process. Okay, and then I'll get down and I'll do the whole video, and then I get to the part where I'm actually creating the GPTs, and it starts something entirely new. But it was important for me to show you this because even though this is level 1.0 for using AI, what a lot of people do is they're constantly fussing over, well, is Gemini better than ChatGPT, better than Claude? Yeah, no, that's not the thing you talk about. You subscribe to all of them, okay? And you use them all because on any given day, one is going to be better than the other, and they're all going to produce significantly different results, even with the same prompt as I just showed you, okay? Same exact prompt, massively different results. So if you want to earn your 47% salary bump because you do AI and your peers don't, buy all of the GPTs, all of the AIs. Claude, 20 bucks a month, ChatGPT, 20 bucks a month, whatever you got, bring it on. I got my credit card ready to go because you could be paying 100 bucks, 200 bucks a month to just have all of them available to you at all times. And if you take your salary and you increase it by 47%, guess what? You're going to more than cover the cost. So do not, and this is especially true if you're using Copilot. Okay, now Copilot is just completely different because the AIs I've been showing you, they're all outside the walled garden AIs. All right, when I say outside the walled garden, I'm talking about outside the walled garden of your mid-sized business or enterprise network. Okay, 99% of y'all out there are all Microsoft. Okay, so naturally you're going to start with Copilot as your first AI to do all this stuff. Copilot, I mean, I've messed around with it a little bit. It's kind of crazy. It's not really a pure AI. It's like I don't know what it's like. It's got so many multiple. They got all these different Copilots, like multiple personalities. And I guess they had to do that because you're basically setting an AI bomb inside your network. Again, cybersecurity, super important, especially if you're doing Copilot. You need to set up the east-west protections. Quickly, when you're doing cybersecurity, you got northwest. How do you keep them from getting in your firewall? Okay, that's a north-south. Okay, protection. Firewalls, don't even let it in. All right, but if it gets in or it starts in because it's your employees and they're doing something in the network, you want east-west protection. Okay, east-west protection is you have all these, internal networks. If they get into like the middle network D, don't let them go one way so they can get into C, B, and A, and don't let them go another way where they get into E, F, G, and H. Okay, that's where the whole zero trust comes in, is preventing lateral movement once they get in. All right, and it's not just the enemy. More often than not, it's going to be your own employees doing something dumb, or you just drop Copilot in the middle of it and say, hey, go find some stuff. All right, so before you do anything with Copilot, you want to make sure that you have your Microsoft managed services provider professional basically sanitizing your entire environment and making sure you have those east-west protections. And so when you launch Copilot inside your network, it only finds what you want it to find and not bad stuff. All right. And then the other thing is, even if you are a Copilot shop, even if you are a all about Copilot and it's working great for you, you still want to do the other AIs because the other AIs are really for outside the network. Okay, what you're doing is like when you're setting up a custom GPT on the OpenAI platform or the AppDirect.ai platform, you're taking your data set and you're pulling it out. Okay, and of course you look at the data set, is it this okay to be outside of our network? And then you're going to put it, in the secure walled garden of OpenAI, ChatGPT or AppDirect.ai, and it's very secure, all right, because only you can get in there and only the people that you let in can get in there. But then when you're experimenting on it, you're doing it in a safe sandbox. Okay, if you blow it up, well, you just blow up that sandbox. So you have to get good at that, all right, because you're going to blow up a lot of stuff with your AI experiments. Blow it up in the sandbox. If you're Copilot, don't blow it up inside your network. Okay, make sure you do the cybersecurity. Talk to your Microsoft professional, your managed services provider, and get the am I ready for Copilot readiness. It's just another audit. They'll tell you whether you're ready, and it's something you got to do anyway. If all of your SharePoint files are just like everyone says, you don't know where anything is, you got to clean that up. And getting ready for Copilot is the way to do that, and your managed services professional is ready to hook you up for that. All right, so to summarize, what have we done so far? This is like the fourth video where we're closing in on an hour worth of content, but what I'm showing you is, again, how to take trade show notes and turn it into a profitable custom GPT. And we're almost still nowhere closer to that when we started, but it's still only been an hour. Um, but if you don't have this background that I've shared with you, this is really, the same seminar, webinar, what every business owner and executive staff needs to know about working with AI in your business and commercializing it. So I apologize that I've used up 40 minutes of your life and we haven't even started yet. But now you have the whole background. If you've just watched these 4 videos, you have the whole background, everything you as a business owner need to know about AI, what you need to do to prepare, how you turn your AI business consultant onto your data. Or if you don't have an AI business consultant, well, hey, I'd be glad to be your business consultant, or introduce you to people like me who are as smart as me or getting as smart as me. Or better yet, bring me in or bring in peers in, and what we'll do is we will teach all this stuff to any one of your employees. All right. I've been learning this for about a year, and really intense on the whole GPT thing for the past 4 or 5 months. All right, it's easily teachable. You can watch all these videos and learn it. Just practice, practice, practice is really what it takes more than anything else. As long as you do your cybersecurity audit before you start, you really can't blow anything up. All right, and then everything that comes after this is just you've got all the preliminaries out of the way. Now we're going to get into the actual building of the bots and the next steps.